Hello everyone, this is Vikas again from Insignia Overseas. So today we are going to discuss something really important which sets the tone for the task, that is how to write an effective introduction of writing task 2. Understand that in IELTS writing, first impression may not be the last impression, because the subsequent paragraphs will be followed and you can show your writing skills in the subsequent paragraphs. But understand that first impression may last longer. So if your introduction is effective, it is going to set a tone for your rest of the task BP1, BP2 and conclusion. So you must most definitely look at how effective your introduction is. Talking about the parts of introduction, there are three major parts in introduction. The first part, which we call a general statement, which sets a tone for the task, is optional. If you look at some of the tasks which are written by experts and which are highly rated at the band 8 or 9, you would see that the introduction is starting directly from paraphrasing the given statement, the paraphrasing the given prompt. They certainly do not have an opening statement. It's not required, but I think for students to be able to show their writing skills, we insist that our students do write a general statement. They should set a tone for what is to be followed in the subsequent paragraphs. So coming back to 4 important aspects of IELTS writing task 2 introduction. The first part is the general statement. General statement is basically a statement which is directly or indirectly related to the task, but it kind of sets a tone for what are you going to write in the task. So because that's optional, so I'm directly going to jump to the paraphrasing the task. Paraphrasing is nothing but just writing the given prompt in your own words and try to show your language in terms of mostly in terms of lexical resource, because you're going to change the words, provide some synonyms, and maybe a little possibility of showing your GRA too if you're changing it from an active to passive. But let's look at how to paraphrase a given statement. So the statement given here is that the government investment in the visual arts, the kind of you commonly see in art galleries, is a waste of money. Governments must invest this money in public services instead. To what extent do you agree with this statement? So let's look at the paraphrasing of it. But before we look at the paraphrasing of it, I am going to discuss the second part. The first part is general statement, which is optional. The second part is paraphrasing the given prompt, the given statement, that's compulsory. The third part is which is called given essay and overview. I call it outlining the task. So outlining is nothing but telling the reader that what is being done in the subsequent paragraphs, how exactly are you going to present, that is called giving essay and overview. So let's start with the first part, that is paraphrasing the task question. So again, the task question says, government investment in visual arts, the kind of you commonly see in art galleries, is a waste of money. Governments must invest this money in public services instead. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So part 1, paraphrasing. These days, many local governments spend large proportions of their budget not only on public services but also on the visual arts. That's exactly paraphrasing the given prompt without changing the meaning of it. We have tried to use kind of language without changing what exactly is the given prompt saying. Uh, let's look at some more paraphrasing. Blood sports have become a hot topic for debate in recent years. If we have to paraphrase only this one sentence, let's look at it. Despite the fact that killing animals for sports is popular in modern society, it remains a contentious, debatable, or controversial issue. I have paraphrased exactly the same statement without changing the meaning. Let's look at another example. Science and technology have helped the world make many advances. The paraphrasing of this can be or is, societies have developed rapidly over the time due to the many advancements in science and technology. So I've just paraphrased the given statement. Let's look at another example. According to a recent study, the more time people use the internet, the less time they spend with real human beings. So I'm just going to paraphrase this part. According to a recent study has shown, I have paraphrased exactly the same thing. The more time people use the internet, as people use the internet more, the less time they spend with real human beings. They are spending less time with human beings. So I have not changed any meaning. I have intentionally kept it simple and for the reader to be able to understand this. Let's look at the last example of paraphrasing. Some people believe that violence on television and in computer games has a damaging effect on the society. Let's look at the paraphrasing. It says, these days, the amount of violence in media is growing. While some people argue that this trend will undoubtedly lead humans to dangerous future. So I haven't added anything. I have just paraphrased the given statement. So that's what is called paraphrasing. Like I mentioned, it's optional for you to start with a general statement or not. The second most important part of an IELTS writing task 2 introduction is state your opinion. That is also called thesis. What exactly is thesis? If you put it in simple words, thesis simply means what do you think about the question? That's all. Although we have set the writing task 2 in different categories and we call them advantages, disadvantages task, opinion based task, direct questions and whatsoever. But you have to understand that a task prompt should only and only be looked as a fresh question which you're going to answer. So whatever is your opinion, whatever is your answer to the given question is called thesis. Let's look at the same example and let's look at the thesis. Government investment in visual arts. I'm taking the same example. I'm taking the same prompt. Government investment in visual arts, the kind you commonly see in the art galleries, is a waste of money. Governments must invest this money in public services instead. The main question, to what extent do you agree with this statement? So the answer to this question, to what extent do you agree with the statement, is nothing but thesis. And this may vary according to the tasks. Let's if you talk about the thesis, the author clearly states their opinion, and they say in this task they're saying that it's not the waste of money, and governments must invest in arts as well. So it's saying that it's not a waste of money. So whatever is your opinion here is going to be your thesis. And the last part of introduction is an overview. Overview is nothing. Overview is telling the reader that what is your essay going to do? What is your essay going to do? Let's look at some of the statements which are used to state your overview. So let's look at let's read some of the statements. You will understand what exactly do I mean when I say overview. This essay will discuss all the aspects of the given prompt in the subsequent passages. I am telling my reader that what am I going to do in my upcoming essay. Let's look at another example. The essay will present both the views in detail with apt examples. So this is nothing, this can be a one-liner, this can be a two-liner, but it should be relevant. This exactly means what exactly are you going to do in your upcoming passages. Let's take another example. This essay will argue, and then you're going to mention what is it going to argue about. So this is simply means outlining. Outlining means that please understand, I'm telling the reader that my essay is going to do. In the last part of this, let's look at some of the statements which you may use while stating your opinion. That is called the thesis. Please understand, thesis is nothing but stating your opinion. Some of the statements can be I assert that, I strongly agree with the given prompt, I strongly support the former or latter view, I am absolutely convinced, firmly I hold the opinion, and then you're going to mention what firm opinion do you hold. My impression is that, and then you're going to say what is your impression or what do you think about this task. From my perspective can also be used. Here you're going to show what is your perspective, what is your take on this task. I'm of the opinion that, this can also be used. I'm inclined to believe that. If you want to read the details of this, you can click on the link below and you will find this document. This will tell you exactly how to write an effective introduction, and understand that general statement is optional. If you want to and if it fits, you can write. Otherwise, you can directly start your task by paraphrasing the given statement. Let me repeat 3 steps. 1 step is paraphrase the given task question. The second one is state your opinion. Third one is give an essay, an overview. Okay, these are the 3 parts which are a must while writing an effective introduction. Keep watching and look forward to more videos, because we are going to emphasize on writing task 2 and other aspects like how to give a perfect example. Thank you so much.